my movement, forcing me into the weapon's path. Still, I easily slid out of its singeing embrace, evading Barth's deadly weapon. He laughed. I can see you've been practicing. Even though he'd failed to get the Scroll of Rebirth, Barth seemed to be in an excellent mood. Why wouldn't he be? His fiery blow had put us on the defensive, stripping us of the possibility of engaging this lone opponent in a merry-go-round of attacks from all sides in order to exhaust him and finish him off. Now there was nothing we could offer against him. Offer? We were simply burning alive. Damn it. My skin under the red-hot mask began to sizzle. There was only one cold thing left in the whole world, my flamberge. Unfortunately, the ice trapped within it couldn't counter the fierce onslaught of the element of fire. Run! We had to get out of here, now! The universal knowledge I'd received with the sword now offered me the path of the shortest retreat. I cast one last glance at the cornered Isabella, then stepped back. And then it was all over. The furious light of the magic fire had faded, so had the unbearable heat of the paladin's righteous fury, replaced by a blissful, cool darkness. "What the hell?" Barth cussed. "Are you messing with me?" Triumphant crowing resounded from above. Tilting my head back, I saw Neo standing stock still on the stairs overhead, exuding waves of healing darkness. The lad was shaking and reeling from side to side as the pitch blackness that now lived within him escaped, extinguishing the sun rays seeping through the windows. Barth followed my gaze. He bared his teeth in a hateful grin, but didn't get the chance to do much more. A furious roar echoed through the room, shaking the still-burning bookcases. A moment later, the smoke parted, releasing Gore's black bulk. Normally, the power of equilibrium would have helped him to either immobilize or slow his opponents down. This time, however, he used the other side of his skill, slowing down time itself. With the speed of a crossbow bolt and the power of a torpedo, the orc flashed through the room and clattered into Barth. The two heavily armored warriors rolled toward the far wall, striking a flurry of sparks off the stone floor. Gore ended up on top and took full advantage of the situation. Not having the time to draw his sword, he simply smashed his armored fist against his opponent's helmet, bending the visor. Still, our enemy kept his wits about him. He uttered a short spell which threw Gore off as if he were a rag doll, sending the orc flying against a still-smoking bookcase which disintegrated on impact, Gore landing on top of all the debris. Barth climbed to his feet and once again began swinging his mace. This time, however, the fiery storm couldn't burn us alive anymore. Gore promptly recovered, jumped back to his feet, and covered Isabella with his body. "Die, you worm!" Barth growled as he swung his arm, launching an orange fireball at the orc. Isabella held out her staff in front of her, deflecting the combat spell. The fireball hit and smashed a window in a cascade of glittering shards. Emboldened by her success, the priestess lashed out at Barth with her ghostly whip. Still, the attack was thwarted by the orange armor and crumbled without doing any damage. Stalemate. I glanced at Neo. The boy was still busy blocking Barth's fiery magic. His face was drawn and beaded with sweat, his white-knuckled fingers clenching the banister. The freshly minted commander of the Order of the Black Phoenix had reached the end of his tether and couldn't help us any further. Oh well, in that case, everything depended upon the strength of our weapons. Barth took another swing with his mace. Gore blocked the blow with his pauldron. He staggered but stayed on his feet and even managed to strike back with his sword, penetrating the paladin's armor with its black blade. Immediately I slid behind Barth's back and struck his thigh. The edge of my undulating blade sliced through the joint in Barth's armor, dealing a bleeding wound. Barth cussed as he swung his terrible weapon again. Like a fiery comet, it struck me right on the head. Ouch. Damage taken, 688. 470 out of...